according to the Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In other news, the death toll in Nepal's anti-corruption protests has climbed to 51. Victims include 21 protesters, 9 prisoners, 3 police officers and 18 others. Amid the turmoil, Army Chief General Ashok Raj has arrived at the president's residence in Kathmandu for a crucial meeting with political and judicial leaders. The agenda includes forming an interim government after Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli resigned earlier this week. 3 names are emerging as possible contenders for interim Prime Minister. Former Chief Justice Sushila Karki, who was Nepal's first woman to hold the role, known for landmark rulings on women's rights. Kulman Gising, the engineer credited with ending years of power cuts before being ousted earlier this year, and Kathmandu Mayor Balendra Shah, a civil engineer and former rapper, now hailed by youth protesters as the voice of a new generation. Professor Rohan Gunaratna with us on the broadcast. Professor Gunaratna, it is critical for Nepal to find a way out of the current crisis. Of some of the names that are doing the rounds for possible interim leaders, in your assessment, who's the most likely choice?
What is important is for Nepal to select a prime minister with experience, political experience, because if they select a prime minister who has no political experience, for instance, the rapper, Nepal will not be able to economically develop itself. So political expertise is essential. Second is the social media should be controlled. There should be new laws to take action against executives of social media companies for inciting violence. So social media should never play that role. Third is that protests should be controlled and contained in a very effective manner. And if you ask me for one more thing, I would say that this is largely a protest against corruption and perceived corruption. So governments must conduct themselves in a way where politicians are held accountable and politicians are transparent. 5 beautiful hotels in Nepal were attacked. Of course, the parliament was attacked, and also the main officers were burnt. So this is a very important lesson, not only for Nepal, but for the rest of the world, especially the Gen Z, the young generation. We have to keep them informed of what is happening, and we have to make sure that proper action is taken if a politician is found corrupt. But what is most important is to bring an intelligent and a wise leader with experience to govern Nepal.
All right, Professor Rohan Gunaratna, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. In other news, the U.S. Treasury Department